Hi everyone, I thought I would introduce you today to some basic veil technique. Veil is one of my favorite props. It is one of the most misbehaving of props though. So it's good to practice and get these basic techniques down. You'll be able to create all kinds of movement and shape and choreographies once you have some of these basics in place and you learn how to interweave them. So I am using for this like a 3.5 yard veil, kind of standard size silk veil. This is a lightweight veil from Dalal, and this is a high contrast veil. I'm using a color that hopefully you'll be able to see on screen. Okay. Now, one thing I like to say when you're using veil, especially when you're first learning to use veil, is that it requires some finesse in holding the veil and in the structure of your body for doing veil. So when you hold the veil, there are several different grips you can do. Some dancers like to do a grip where they're just gripping with their pointer finger and their thumb. Some like to wrap around their pointer finger and their middle finger and then use their thumb as well to kind of secure the veil. I find that sometimes I like to actually do this. I like to put my veil in between my middle finger and my ring finger and then hold on with my thumb as well. This gives me, to me, a little bit more flexibility of movement than having to grip with my fingers. And I'm always paranoid that I'm going to lose my veil in the middle of a performance. It's happened already, so it's like not, earth-shattering when it does happen. But I do tend to like to have more of a firm grip on my veil. But you don't want to death grip it. It's like the old, 38 Special song, you got to hold on loosely but don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're going to lose control of your veil. Okay, so that's thing one. So I recommend, as you're learning to use veil, and maybe even for different choreographies, you may want to have a different grip on your veil. You may want to try just the first finger. You may want to try gripping with your pointer finger. You may want to try my a little bit more heavy duty grip here. The keys with the grip is that you need to have some good grip, but enough flexibility to be able to move your wrists in the veil. And as you hold the veil, you want to keep your thumbs tucked down. You don't want to have like little horns or antlers hanging out of your veil, right? Little deer antlers. Keep your thumbs tucked in. And generally speaking, we like to have the veil across the back where it's tight enough that it's not really droopy and you're going to lose it under your rear end or anything, but where it's not so tight across that you can't actually pull it forward on your arms. So as you get used to your veil length and how it feels for you, you'll get more comfortable with how you need to be holding it so that it feels comfortable on your body. The other thing I want to say about veil with the structure of your body, I like to think of a veil and your body as working like a sailing ship. So you have your sails, that's the veil, and you have your mast, that's your body, and you have the rigging and all of the cross beams that go off of the mast. Those are your arms. You need to be really strong in your framing, because the whole goal of veil is not to just kind of waddle around with the veil and kind of make it do fun little tricks and sad little things, droopy things. You want the veil to get air in it. And so veil performance is a combination of the veil and the air that you are manipulating around the veil by your arm movements, by your body movements, and by the veil movements themselves. So you want to have a very strong frame when you are using the veil. And the positions that we're going to be looking at in the rest of this little series, we're going to be talking a lot about that structure of the body so that you're nice and strong with your veil. Now, two last things I want to point out. When you're going to be dancing with veil, always, always, always practice your routine in your costume. You will find that certain costumes are stickier than others, and especially if they're pronged jewelry if you've got pronged earrings, pronged necklaces where the little claws around the gemstones, if you have those on your costume or on your jewelry, those are going to catch the veil every single time. So make sure that your costume is not going to keep you from being able to perform with your veil. The second thing is watch your hairstyling as well. Anytime, I actually took my hair down, I had it up in a bun on top of my head, and I thought for this video I need to take it down, because anytime you have something sticking up or sticking out on the back of your head, you have more of a tendency of catching the veil on it, and that does not generally end well for anyone. All right, so let's get started with some techniques for veil.